Oh, I'm dumb. I apparently... Yeah, I forgot I didn't unmute the mic. I'm staring right at it. You would think I'd notice. But I wasn't saying anything important other than hi, and also I was opening GiftBot. Also, this feels mighty a little bit... Yeah, it's better. Well, at least it didn't stay muted for that long. How goes your Tuesday? Hope it's well. This is some Earl Grey tea. Just managed to make it in time, so I wouldn't be late to getting started. Alright, and GiftBot is open because it's opening its own thing here. And we're all set. Ah, okay, I was like, what? Okay, that makes sense. I have not been in an airport since 2018. So I was just like, what? Oh. Which, yeah, it's almost 4 years since I've been in an airport, which I'm not terribly fond of flying, so I don't mind that. Also, did I? No, I did not pick up sock. But yeah, as Stream Title says, we are on 2 seconds sock here, because yesterday afternoon, finished the sock, which in order to count and things, I had to like put a bit of scrap yarn in here. But yeah, second sock actually fits better than I expected, but knowing how the foot is, because this is pretty much stockinette, I knew the foot would be fine. So I think that makes up for this area, which is fine. That works. So I'm on second sock, which is gonna be the gist of today. We're in the beading section, so this time you'll actually get beads, unlike the first sock. Thank you. I don't have terribly much to discuss today. I have cards I need to finish making the send out. I have half of them done, so we're getting there in that. Fiddling around with emotes, there's probably going to be like 3 of them I mildly redo just so you could actually see the face better, which I don't know why I hadn't realized that. You kind of need the face to be a bit, you know, more pronounced in order to see. I guess I was kind of more focused making it look on the sheep, minus the hooves. I know the hooves aren't there, but I kind of like the sheep without the hooves. But yeah, with that, I realized I was like, I guess I'll be fiddling around with a couple emotes. But yeah, pretty much other than that, not terribly much to discuss, so we're honestly just gonna mostly jump in on the sock. Which, yeah, I'm on the pattern part here, specifically in the midst of a bead round. So, let's not do that. There we go. Alright, I'm pretty sure this should be a wrap right here. I was literally in the middle of a round, and then I realized what time it was, and I was like, I should probably eat food and such. Although, actually, I should have... Crap. Oh well. Probably should give my brother some lunch too, so I'm just gonna do this round and then quickly do that, because I realized what time it was. Whoops. It's not gonna take me terribly long, because again, I'm doing size medium, so 30 stitches. Do-do-do-do-do. Come on. There it is. Alright. And then let me open up charts. Okay, that's what I thought. I swear, these socks still kind of feel like a bit of a contrast compared to the last ones, given all the color shift and change. In this sock, I'm just like solid color here. And there we are. It's better. Again, I had to move this thing because I realized I'm not having a lip balm. And that would be annoying to talk with my lips very dry. 2 of these. Boop-a-doop-a-doo. But yeah, I'm just very glad that the socks fit and I don't have to like redo them. Cause I was worried. There's about, last I checked, 16 people done on my team, which the other day I thought it was 11, but I think it was because I was reading the giant chart of the teams incorrectly. So I think it was like the team above ours, so Team T. That team was pretty much had 11 people done. But yeah, so now it's 16, but given it's 40 people move on to the next round, I should, if I have these done soon, which that shouldn't be too difficult given pretty much the foot of the sock is like essentially nothing in a sense. You don't even need a chart or nothing. It's pretty very easy. Like, this is honestly the easiest I think I've ever had like a round 1 sock B, in all honesty. And then bead time. Bitch, with the beads, I use the hook method because I prefer hooks, and that's also why I got this hook in the first place. This is a 0.60 millimeter hook, so very tiny. Originally I'd wanted a 0.75, but they didn't have any at the time, so I just got the slightly smaller one, which you can barely see that, you know, a hook exists, because that's how tiny it is. Come on. But yeah, very tiny hook. And then come back around and undo another wrap around. Come on, you can do it. There it is. And I'm trying to do the smocks a little looser this time around. Because like I said, this is basically like the Sakura Zenbons in the fact that it has smocks. The fact that you're wrapping around the stitches twice. If anybody's confused about what I mean by a smock. I don't want the area of the leg to be too tight. Boop-a-doo. There we are. And there it is. Thank you for the host, Alicia. I'm actually gonna quickly disappear for a second. Not for long, but once I'm done with this area here, which more beads. Come on, get onto the hook. Which, the only thing with this, I'm just mildly worried at some point I will eventually just break this and there'll be no hook. Like, that is my fear. I will tell you that right now. Not bad. I started the second sock this morning, which got through the cuff because the cuff is not terribly much of anything. I finished the first sock yesterday. I could have started second sock yesterday, but I was just like, nah. I was working on other things. How are you? How goes Tuesday? Hopefully all's good so far. Come on. There it is. Come on. Do. Yeah, this is definitely kind of like Stroll and me splitting this department. And oh, yep. Did I? Yeah, I might have split it because that. Yeah, you can see how that's not gonna do the thing. I want to make sure it's the whole stitch and not just part of it. Maybe. Okay, yeah, we're fine. It's a good thing I'm not using the pointy sized ones I have. Or else this would be a lot more of a pain in the ass than what it already is. And then it should be, yeah, wrap around. Yeah, given how fast these socks go, I expect I could finish these by Friday, which I have possible Friday plans maybe, so that actually does not hurt in the slightest. That's if things work out on my end, which I'm mildly worried about that, but we'll see how it goes. Alright, and we have that wrapped around. That should be row 5. In the pattern, yeah. That's row 5, and then it's do the thing, and then a whole bunch of wraparounds with rows after that. Alright. I'm gonna go do a quick thing. I'll be right back. Probably will take me like 5 minutes, maybe less, but we'll see. Alright. Back, and I have a face. Ta-da! Glad you had enjoyed the Plinko. Let's see. There we go. We should be all set here. Oh, we all got that up settled. Alright, I just finished the speed round, so pretty sure it's just regular do the thing this round. So make sure you're doing those scrap dishcloths, well, washcloths, or whichever one. I really do like the idea of those. Also, how far down have you gotten that giant ball of cotton yarn? Yay! Okay. That looks like almost a globe in size. Because when you pulled it out, I was like, that is a globe, pretty much. Yeah, you're not finishing that off anytime soon. Uh-oh. Did I? Yes, I did. Wait, no. We're fine. Yes, we're fine. Thought I put the wrong stitch, but... we're all good. I can't imagine you'll be without those for a while at the rate you're going. Do. And then... But yeah, I think these might actually be the easiest round 1 socks that I've done, which this is only my 3rd year, so eh. I haven't checked the list of who's done. Wait. Fuck. Did I? Uh-oh. That doesn't look right. Hold on. Help. I did do the thing 4, 2, 4. Do the thing. Are we sure? Yeah, because it starts here. So, here. So then, did I accidentally pull a stitch in? Yeah, because if that's there... God damn it. I'm just like, this is the easiest sock ever. Nothing could go wrong. Might as well just call down mistakes on myself at this point. Let's see. 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18, 21, 24, 27, 30. Yes, it's the correct amount of stitches, yes. So, let's see. Unless it could be, yeah, might just be that. It was supposed to be, that's weird. Why is there not a pearl right here is my question. Because it's supposed to be beginning and ending in a... God damn it. I don't like the looks of this. Like I somehow got a stitch that's supposed to be on this side. In here. But it is the correct number of stitches, which is 16, 20, 24, 28. Yes, it is the correct number, so I might be able to go along with this, maybe? Girl, remember! Oh well. How goes? I am here wondering if I screwed something up. I hope not. That's like this pearl's supposed to be over here. It looks weird. It's supposed to be knit 2 pearls and then knit there. And because over here adds up fine. It's the right number of stitches total, so that's why I'm just like mass confusion right now. Because it's supposed to be previous row is supposed to be here, here, and then this last stitch. I might be able to roll with it. Maybe. Because yeah, it's supposed to be this thing here. I wonder if I did pick it up the wrong way. Let me double check. I might have to go back. Yeah. Probably best if I go back that way. Given how easy of a round this is, so wouldn't hurt. Just trying to get a wraparound to come back up and then fix it how it's supposed to be is gonna be very much a pain. Which, this is second sock, for anybody who's curious. I finished first sock yesterday afternoon. I actually could have started this, but I was just like, nope, I'll take a break for the rest of the day and do other things, like fiddle around with emotes. I hope you're taking it easy. Well, easy as you can possibly manage to take it easy. Come on. No, we can't, but I'm definitely guilty of, even if I do a lot, thinking I could have done more, so it be what it be. But yeah, let's tank. Oh no! That really had to suck. Just moving back. Yeah. Well, at least movement is possible. I had a feeling you were gonna cancel when I saw that yesterday. I was just like, welp, guess there's no stream tomorrow. And we are tanking because I apparently missed something. Help. But one thing is, at least I don't have to take off the beads. If I had to take off the beads, I'd be very annoyed. Come on, there it is, and yeah. There it is. Alright, and then come back this side. And unwrap around this thing. Well, I have to unknit it and then unwrap around. Because these socks possibly yeah, throwing out your back just makes things very much a pain. I did that once. Like, my muscle in my lower back decided it hated me. This is like, what, I was 22? I think I was probably hunching too much. My lower back muscle basically had decided, no, we're not doing this. Which thankfully I had the day off to sit there and be like, not have to deal with that, so yay. With the muscles out, it's just like, we're not going anywhere. It's just very stupid and annoying. Alright, and then... Come on. One or two options. Either I dropped a stitch somewhere, but that shouldn't add up to the actual number of stitches if that were the case. Or I accidentally like knit some stitches together. I don't know. Come on, and gently do that. Hello, I would like to know where a stitch is, please and thank you. Gently. Yeah, it should be about here, so... No, actually right there, so I can actually unknit this. Although if this thing's off, that'll mean I'll probably have to... Yeah... That makes it even worse if you can't even sit. But definitely fingers crossed this leaves you alone by tomorrow. But I really do wish you could take the day off, but I know that's pretty much, like, not an option. Also, congrats on getting the giant dish towel order all finished. Alright, let's see. I'm just gonna I'm gonna count like for the 5th time to make sure I'm not missing any stitches. 4, 8, 12, 16, 20, 24, 28. Yeah, it's 30. Because it's 60 total, so 30, 30 on each side. So I'm not missing a stitch. The only thing is maybe I just jumped the gun on doing this, but given that fit where it's supposed to, that wouldn't make any sense. If that actually did. Why? Alright, so let's see. So, yes, that wrap around and then that's supposed to be a stitch there. Oh. Yes, that's there, and then these. It would be these wrap around here. And then I'll leave there to be beaded, and then it's supposed to be wrap around, do this too. Wrap around there, and then bead these two. Hold on. And then last wrapper. Yeah, I was dumb. Okay. Because that's supposed to... Yep, that was me being dumb. Okay. So I am going to have to move those last 4 beads. Or rather, I can move 2 of them, since the second of each one would be where it's supposed to be. It's just the first one that's incorrect. Okay. Okay. Cool. Don't know how I forgot that was a thing. Oh well. least I notice now rather than later. Because that would very much suck. Alright. Alright, and then this the way it is. That would be through the back loop there. And then wrap this around here. There it is. There it is. And then, yeah, that would be, and then put this where this is supposed to be. Okay, how are we doing on time? Yeah. That's fine. But yeah, as I was saying before, not terribly much to discuss. Pretty much it's been a sock majority of the morning, other than having to help out do a quick thing. So I'm like the freaking resident ID because they can't be bothered to learn things. It's like, why do it yourself when you have someone you can ask to do it? I mean, it didn't take me that long. I'm just glad at least it wasn't when I was doing something. Also, I am apparently forgetting my tea. Tea! My lovely Earl Grey tea. Yeah, it's gotten cold, but that's fine. I completely forgot of its existence. There we go. Also, let's make this smock not terribly tight. There we go. And then, oops, come on. Which, anybody wondering, this is my very, very tiny crochet hook that I use for just beading. Because it's stupid tiny. Specifically, this is 0.60 millimeters, so super tiny. Although they do come tinier than this, so yeah. But it's definitely on the rate of so tiny you can barely perceive that there's an actual hook on there. So I've literally thought like more than once like I finally broke it because it's so tiny. But thankfully I have not. Because that would suck. Alright, and then bring that stitch over from the other side. Do do do. Do do. Don't mind me. Wrap that back around. Ta-da! Alright, issue has been fixed and we can now proceed as we're supposed to. Alright. Hey. Now everything should line up as it's supposed to be. And flip that since it's already knit. And continue on with the thing. The one thing about these socks, I feel like because it's easy enough, you just kind of tend to go mildly on autopilot, which, you know, can be very bad. If you're not paying attention and it's just like, why does this not line up? Well, I don't know, maybe because he zoned out about 2 rows ago. Might just be why. Come on. There it is. Nope. Come on. There we go. Okay, let's... Oh, wrong thing. Move past this a little bit and just a wee bit. Alright. Yeah. I do hope I'm able to finish these by Friday. Yep, this is the one right after the qualifier. So now everybody's hanging out in their respective teams and so on. Which, last I checked, about 16 people were done on my team as of yesterday, I think. Not yesterday, this morning. I can check. Which, we have 2 full weeks or until all the slots are full. Basically. Whichever comes first. Which that's how it works typically in the rounds. Which is not always 2 weeks, but at first with the first round or so, it's 2 weeks and then, you know, it gets slightly shorter as time goes on. Fairwin! Hello! How you doing? Hopefully your Tuesday is going well so far. Also, I do appreciate the follow from a couple days ago. That was 4 days ago? Yeah. That was quick. Alright. So, let me just double check. I'm gonna see how many people are done in my respective team. Alright. Team chart. Spreadsheet. Thank you for the host. Not bad. Work on the second brown one sock. Also, I missed what that host was. Need to poke Razu about the thing. That doesn't like me. 17 people as of right now. Alright, so one more. So we're slowly approaching half the amount of spots being full. Yeah, there it is. What?
What is what? I want money.
Go away! Go away!
Shall I order another Hexapuff, or would that be too cruel mid-sock madness?
You could order it, but doesn't mean I have to do it same time. Also, thank you for the resub. Let's see. That's 53 months. You're getting closer and closer to 60, which, that is almost 5 years. Which is kind of insane. Also, let's see. Today's the 22nd, so let me date my book here. But yay! Alright, see the thing? Give me a second. I just need to spin the sub wheel, because I like to keep the stuff in order. So... But yeah, definitely thank you for the resub. Also, hopefully your workday's going well. Oh, you get a sticker! Again! Oh my god. It's a non-holographic sticker. Non-holograph. I think we're gonna be out of neon. Yeah, pretty sure I'm out of neon at this point, so you're probably gonna have to pick something else. Because I've updated the colors. So you can check on the thing. Which, let me just do it here. If you can check right now. If not, you can always tell me later. And I'll write it down. Jinx. But I appreciate you. Alright. Let's hide this wheel again. And get back to stock. I have book right here, so I can just easily write that down. Thankfully, this is a row I don't really have to think about. No worries, you're fine. Lagging happens. I just hope your day has been alright since I last saw you this morning. Come on. There it is. Canary. Alright, cool. You got it. Canary. Alright. So now we have that set. Let's do things. But I imagine given the time you'll probably have to run off again, but I do appreciate you stopping in. Even if it is for a little bit. Alright, come on. Gonna wrap around. Oh, good. I hate these. Wait. Hold on. That should be do the thing for no. That's odd. If it's 4, then that should be hello. Yeah, Stitch drops. Son of a It's like this looks weird. Is there a stitch missing? Yes, there is a stitch missing. Why? Why are you doing this to me today? Have I offended you somehow, Sock? Uh-oh. Nope, nope, nope. We're not having things fall on me. I like my sanity. Alright. So I have to get that to do the thing. And get that stitch. I swear, today is just fix mistakes. All random issues. Which I don't, other than the beading hook, I don't have any tiny hooks floating about, which is very much not helpful. So I'll have to pick this up the old-fashioned way, because 60mm hook is too tiny to be picking up stitches. This needle is 2.25. Okay. Ah! Hello, hello! How are you doing? How goes? You done with these socks yet? There's like a bunch of people, like at least half the spots on my team almost are gone. Let's see. Am I gonna have to... yeah, probably this is where the slips through here. And I'm dealing with a traitorous drop stitch. I decided this was the best time. Okay, there we go. We're all set now. Me? Yeah, we're good. Yay! Alright, we're set. Then round 7 it is. Alright, and then let's cap. Where's my cap for this? Nope, that is needle. Where's cap? There we are. I try to make sure I cap this whenever I'm not using it, because I don't need that breaking. Because I know I could use the floss method of, like, adding beads onto socks, but I don't like the floss method. I've tried it. It's not a method I particularly enjoy having to use. Unless all the other options are not possible. So, yeah. Yeah, I'm like, I don't know how you're functioning. I would have been not happy. I don't like being up before 7. Using tiny crochet hook, which this is 0.60mm, so very, very tiny that, you know. Oh yeah, I don't have the zoom thing on because it annoys me. But yeah, very, very tiny hook that you can barely tell is a hook until you, like, zoom in on it. That usually works best for me. Uh-oh. Do you need to go and rescue them? No worries. Go deal with the things. Also, this feels split. Yeah, this looks a little thin. Don't tell me this is split, man. Who told you this was cool? Not in the mood for your shit right now. Alright. Let's pass you through. Okay, now we're good. Yay! Oh, you like pre-string it before? You do the actual knitting part? Not bad. The first sock I actually zoomed through because I didn't do like the beading part on stream. I think I was up to the part where the leaf shows up in the sock when I was working on it on stream. For the first sock. But yeah, the first sock I'm more zoomed by compared to this one. That's morely just me making mistakes I didn't make the first time, is what my issue is. But I'll be fine. Also, anyone new here who is potentially hanging out and lurking, if you would like to find me other places, totally feel free to check out my Linktree link that is currently at the bottom of the chat here. So, if you'd like to check out places like, say, my Instagrams, one for art, one for the knitting and shop stuff. There's YouTube, Etsy, Ko-fi, so on and so forth. So, all the places you can find me are located in one convenient place. Do. Alright, 1, 2. How many of these? 5? Yeah. Okay, I think once we're done with the smock area, which that's gonna be another... Oh yeah, 3 more rounds after this involving the smock thing. So, pretty much we should be fine after that. Yeah. Again, with the Senban Zakura sucks. Given those were like this, but a little bit more constant, which I'm currently wearing them right now. This isn't as bad, also. I still resent me for choosing this dark yarn. I think I remember I was yelling about it when I was doing that last year. Because it was just like, why in the world did I think dark green yarn was a smart idea? It was not. Which I didn't take it to be that dark until I started working with it. It was just like, oh no, I can barely see my stitches. This is a problem. No clue how I managed that sock without losing my mind. Rogue! I saw Rogue was on. Hello. Oh yeah, I should have taken a break. Oh well. I'm doing this row anyway, it's fine. Nick Day! Rogue, hello. How are you guys? How was stream? I saw you were doing a sock tutorial thing. How'd it go? Also, hopefully your Tuesday's going well so far. I'm on second sock, apparently deciding today is the day to make all the stupid mistakes that I didn't make on the first sock, because I had just, like, torturing myself. Veggie! Hi! Also, welcome. Of course he said that. Most of the way through. Ah, okay, it's a small human sock. Okay. You finished with the round 1 socks? Which, given how the foot is, like, pretty much just almost nothing, I imagine yes. Just started the- okay, so you're about where I am in that. Alright. There's just people finishing left, right, and center. Come on. Also, anybody coming in the first time, hi, Serena Variety Caster of all the stuff and things, currently doing Sock Madness round 1 socks. If you like to generally chill with lives unless, you know, I screw something up, totally feel free to hang out and follow. Typically, when I'm not doing socks, it's some form of knitting, crocheting, spinning, weaving, chainmail, digital traditional art, sometimes games. So, basically all the things. Management, nice! Yeah, someone else had mentioned that, I think, about going up for the wraps, which makes sense, so they won't be as tight. I'm trying to be loose with them, because I forgot the wraps, like, shrink down like that, but luckily that didn't affect the fit on my first sock too much. Which, this is the medium size, I think because of the way this is with the twisted stitches, it kind of shrinks in. But given how pretty much this is stockinette, it works out pretty well for my foot size. Which, I'm glad I have, like, what is it, scrap yarn that I could just do down here, because this is a mid-tone. So I needed really light yarn to be able to do the thing. And there's the blurb about Sock Madness. Ta-da! Yeah. Same. Same. I was like, you think I would have remembered that from last year? I'm using... I'm just like a soft mint and you're just like bright pink. Although I tend to not gravitate towards stupid bright colors usually, so... Alright, where's wraparound here? Yeah, that's what I thought, because I remember you got that. I have not tried that color. Although I'm mildly, like, gravitating away from Knit Picks yarn. Well, specifically away from Stroll. I actually still like Hawthorne. With Stroll, I'm just like, I feel like it doesn't hold up well, in my personal opinion. But I tend to be hard wearing on socks, period, so... Nyeh. Press travel around to my... Ah! That's a nice way to note, like, hey, these are your socks, nobody else. Be right... Way ahead of you on the caffeine thing. I finished my Earl Grey tea. Also, yeah, this is tight. Let's... Yeah, because I was pulling in for the first stitch, so let me loosen that a little bit. Hold that on there. Do. But I'm like slowly amassing my numbers of pairs. But at the same time also having to weave in the, you know, men's socks because holes appear. So I'm like trying to branch out to other yarn. Which I'm not knocking it at the same time. It's just like, if your socks tend to wear out quickly and you tend to wear hand-knit socks, it's gonna be a problem. To have yarn that does not hold up. It was just over... I don't think I've gotten to 50. I'm pretty sure I'm like closer to like 20 to 30 at this point. I need to also count Because normally, like, every year I tend to, like, do a count of, like, how many socks I have. Yeah, that would do it. I've only been knitting socks for... I was in college when I first did socks, so I wager about 5. Yeah, 5... About. Because they're a nice portable thing. Although those first pairs were... What is it? Loops and thread, which, again... Acrylic sock yarn. If you're gonna use them, don't use it for socks. It's a bad idea. No matter how much nylon they put in it. Plus... acrylic, not terribly breathable, so... just don't. I mean, you could use it for other things, but... don't do it for socks. Alright. Other side. That helps. Ah, yeah, that's tight. That's gonna be way too tight. Let's loosen that a little bit. I tend to want to, like, pull in snugly for a stitch. Which that is very much not helpful when you're doing the smock stitch here. Oh, wow. From Hobby Lobby. Yeah, no, I like socks, so that's probably not gonna happen, but I do take, you know, at least some semblance of a break, so I feel you. It's like, I'll come back to socks when they're not stressful again, but then at the same time, I have the urge to put socks on the needle. But, you know, without the, hey, you need to be done in such and such time frame. Okay. That makes sense. Have someone who you know you can test them on to make sure the yarn will not be garbage. It's the... yeah, I used to usually be focused on one project, but lately it's definitely been like, I like options, so like projects of different types, but it's like one of each, given I do so many things, which helps. That's cool. I tend to not do fingerless gloves. Not because I dislike them or anything, it's just, eh. Come on. Nope, don't do that. We're not splitty. That's better. Only? Nope. Not doing that many. But I know that for you, that's a small number. Given you've gotten up to like 40 at one point, and it's just like, no. No. That's too many. I can't. Although there are some days I kind of want to bounce between things, so I kind of get it too at the same time. Eh. Yeah, I was like, I remember at some point it was like 40. I was just like, but how? Arguably, no worries. Also, thank you for doing the shout out for Rogue earlier. I realized I did not say that. I appreciate you. I'll probably be on break. Because it shouldn't take me too long to finish this round here. I think it should be 2 more of these. Yeah. I think the tightness wouldn't matter if I was doing these on, with the the large size for the pattern. Because it'll allow me a bit more leeway, which I honestly thought I was gonna have to, like, frog the first sock and go with the large, but again, because typically with a stockinette, pretty much stockinette, the foot is gonna fit me at around 64 stitches. So I figured this would be fine, and it is. So it works out, but I just have to be careful with this so I'm not annoyingly tight and it doesn't stretch enough for the leg here. But other than that, I really do like these socks. At some point I could try and do these on a tonal of some kind. But I figure with beads it's probably best to have a solid. Yeah. But I mean, I guess they had to do something to make these, you know, Sock Madness worthy, but honestly, I swear, I was mildly bored doing the foot after I, like, got it down to the regular size, because it's just, like, you kind of zone out just because it's doing this all the way down and it's just stocking out on the foot, but it does move quickly. No worries! Thank you for bringing the friends here. And I will hopefully see you later. Jane, hi! I'm like lagging slightly, because I had to do a slight bit of mistake fixing because I've been dumb. But we're on to second sock here. I'm probably about to take my break once I'm done, but hopefully your Tuesday is going well so far. And hopefully Waffles is adjusting to having one less leg. Come on. There we are. Oh, so if I wander out of frame, totally feel free to tell me. It's a thing. I do. I'm aware, but since, you know, intensely focused on sock and parts, I tend to forget that, you know, I should kind of keep this in frame, you know. There it is. And we're good. That's round 7, and then next round, just do the thing. Sounds about right. Alright, that's that. Aw, that's adorable, but yes, at the same time, that sounds about right. Cat's like, you're taking care of my every need. Aw. Let's just keep it like this. Da-da-da. Alright, that's fine. I saw an alert thing and wanted to see what it was about. Okay, nothing pressing. Eating, sleeping. Yay, typical kitty. That is good. I'm almost done with the, first sock or second sock? I presume second sock, because these move stupidly quick. Yeah, because the last time you were saying... Oh! I know you've been busy, but I figured with how fast these somewhat move, I was like, maybe you got to second sock. Didn't do anything. That would make sense. Hopefully everything's fine where you are in regards to that. But yeah, I should take break. Most of the foot, yeah, that should definitely. You're also doing You're also doing the medium size, right? So that should pretty much just move like nothing. Alright. Oh, so I love how I just tap this thing with... Oh, that does make a sound. Sorry, anybody with headphones. Whoops. I'm going to go take my break before I continue rambling on and forgetting that breaks are important. I'll be back. I'm going to wash out my teacup. There, we have a face again. Yay. And let's turn this thing back on here. Yes. No, not now. Yes, I'm aware, but not now. Brother. Alright, clear all that off of there. There we go, chart. Oh, okay. That's why. That makes sense. That is basics bound. But yeah, how goes your Tuesday so far? Oh, so now I'm remembering. When's the last time I updated Ko-fi? I'm pretty sure it's almost a week now. So I need to stare at that and make sure I actually do things. That's the problem with all the socials. It's just like one kind of gets lost in the shuffle. Where are we? Because I try to update it like once a week. Because I know I haven't put these socks on here yet, and I probably should, so we will get... Oh wait, I did put the socks in there 3 days ago when I first started. Okay. So I haven't been slacking that bad. Alright, cool. Yay. Alright, so now that we're doing that this round, I had to think about this terribly much. Also, let's move you back a little bit and then over this way so we're a bit better in frame. Yeah, that's generally my thought too in regards to Etsy, especially given, you know, the current change in rates that'll be happening soon. The only thing is that the whole, you kind of have to take care of the taxes yourself. That's the part I don't look forward to. But, you know, at the same time, it's just basically, hey, I don't have to worry about, you know, how many fees I have to worry about. And thus don't have to have everything, you know, stupidly high to compensate for those fees. Honestly, I'm gonna probably have to raise my prices just a wee bit. Which that leads to the whole, hey, what kind of prices am I gonna have to put on there to, you know, avoid scaring away potential customers? It's a whole balancing act that I very much hate. It's like, yeah, it's $5 a month? Yeah, because it's $60 a year for us with the gold. For those, yeah. For right now, that's kind of why I only really send to US and Canada right now for the shop, which I probably should put that in the top announcements to make sure that's noticed. So no one's thinking, hey, I can buy stuff here. Not that I really had any international traffic to begin with, but, you know. Just to cover all my bases there. Yeah, I've had the thought, and it's just like... But what about this, that, and the third? If you... Yeah. But the thing is, if you don't raise your prices, you'll get less of a cut, too. So it's just like, keep your prices as is, and get less money. True, but for me, I think usually the money typically comes almost instantaneously. At least based on what I've seen, like, if I get, like, a tip or something from there, it's usually, like, same time. I tend to get it from them, but, you know, I know sometimes things can happen and it might not, you know, take that form of payment, so... Banking on that, too, is potentially a... possibility for, you know, getting screwed, but 9 times out of 10, it's usually same time. Also, why am I knitting? That is supposed to be a pearl. Let's try that again. But I don't get, like, tons of, like, what is it, Ko-fi traffic, really? Because I feel like, as of, like, say, this past year, I've been, like, more trying to focus on it a little bit more to improve things. So I will see about getting more traffic there, too. Although currently my Etsy traffic is mostly me. Like, I'd say 2/3 of the Etsy traffic is basically, you know, people potentially clicking on my link from somewhere or searching. But more so the direct link rather than searching. Yep. Indeed. Alright, so that finishes that round. Alright, beads! Although less beads than last time, so we're fine. Let's take that off and then put some beads on here. Yeah, no. There we are. Which, these are my Toho beads that I've had for a while. And I very much like these. Which, these do actually stand out on the sock. So I'm very glad for that, because these are darker compared to the mid-tone of the sock yarn. So that works pretty well. It's a lot like... Yeah, that's the thing on the box. Sometimes it's more of your stuff, but, you know, sometimes it can be, like, say, from other shops, which I feel like they should be able to, like, only see stuff from your shop. Like, if you like this thing, you might like another variation of this thing hanging out in the shop or a different item. But for them, it's more of, like, potentially having the least expensive option, which, yes, that's arguably like Amazon, which is very much not helpful to, you know, potential shops' bottom line, especially when, you know, the cheapest thing might not be actually handmade, as you like to mention, which, yeah. Very much a thing that irritates me when you see those commercials run, and it's just like, yeah, some of these things are not actually handmade. anymore. I hate to inform you. Their commercials are kind of full of it. Although, to a degree at the same time, it's just like, also, take a shot anytime you hear me say to a degree. I think I've said it 3 times already. But yeah, I feel like once like larger, or at least more public places like Etsy, you kind of have to beware where they're like trying to create this homey vibe where it's just like, you know, hey, treat us like friends and family, and it's just like this giant conglomerate, and it's just like, take what they say with very much a grain of salt and look out for yourself. And essentially make sure you look at all the information before you go doing things. And basically don't get fooled by the, hey, we're just like your friends and, you know, we'll take care of you, and bullshit. Because they usually don't mean a word of it and are just trying to convey, like, you know, fake sincerity. To potentially hide their more profit-based motives. Also, why are we splitting? Who said that was cool? Sorry, my head nudged the camera. Sec. Okay, we're fine. But yeah, basically I have feelings on this. Would have never guessed. Alright, beads. I was literally about to go on autopilot for a second, but I caught myself. I was like about to do the regular thing. I was like, no, beads go here. None of that. Bead, tiny hook. There it is. And then another, yeah. Come on. You can do it. Which, this is Cascade yarn, so arguably this is pretty similar to Stroll, and also where I got it from pretty much similarly priced. I notice, you know, it splits at times. Not terrible, but yeah, you can kind of tell this is somewhat similar to the Stroll in its feel and potential integrity. Which, once I start wearing these socks around, I will see whether or not these can hold up pretty well, so definitely come back to that. Come on. But getting back to the Etsy stuff and things, I feel like no matter where you go, like if you do Shopify or if you like have like certain reasons, Amazon, they have their own handmade thing, although I have a feeling it's probably gonna be like Etsy in that regard, where it's like enough of the stuff might not be actually handmade, so definitely keep an eye out. Basically look at details to make sure you will not get potentially screwed in the end if you decide to go one of those routes. Alright. Come on. Potentially more, honestly. Knowing them. If I looked at it for like half a second, I recall when that was first starting up, and then I was just like, nah. Plus, given the potential of things being, you know, ripped off, and someone just like takes like what's on your listing and puts it on their own thing, which, you know, that's always a potential issue. Uh-oh. Did I drop bead? Yes, I think I dropped bead. No! Why? Son of a bitch. Pretty much, that too, because like I said, it's Amazon. That's kind of their thing. Oh, they're looking for the lowest price, even though, you know, they kind of arguably inflate their prices depending on the things you're looking for. That's why I'm trying to, if I can, just buy when I'm in the store to avoid their prices whenever I can. Yep. A few years ago, I think I only won sales in like, geez. Bring Electrat not to a platform where they show to. Yeah, that makes complete sense. So it's not like, hey, I might lose out because someone else is doing something similar to me, and then there goes all the potential interest you have. That is a good question. Do they have sort of like, you know, a thing like Etsy has where it's like it could see like your views and potential potential preferences to possible listings? Oh, so I'm gonna have to find that bead later. It's probably on the ground somewhere. Although I didn't hear it drop, so I'm not sure how the hell that happened. Oh well, it's fine. Alright. Yeah. I argue I'm not even still like really fluent, and I've been on there for like how long? Yeah, I tend to not look like frequently, like I usually just tend to look like over time to make sure that the data is, you know, somewhat accurate. And even then it's just like, who knows on whether or not it actually is some way of shape or form of being an accurate number of what is being looked at. Alright, yeah, that surrounds that, so. do. Which, to note with all this, I feel like there's probably not gonna be a perfect system anytime soon. Because if there is a perfect system, that means none of the sites are really gonna, you know, profit. Off of your potential business. If they get it right. So it basically pays, like, you know, with like streaming services and all that, to have a variety of options. That people are just like, I don't like this option, I'll just stare at the other option. Which, I'm not saying that to say, hey, don't try, but it's just like, you probably won't find your perfect thing. But at this point, like, making your own site is probably gonna be, like, the best way to get the most preferred in potential rates. That would force, you know, you to do the most heavy lifting on your end, so it's kind of like, what are you comfortable with? What is, you know, your goal set in mind currently or for the future? Things like that to consider, essentially. Come on. Here. Do. Bead time. No. Even though it's like barely there of a hook, it sometimes get caught in the fabric if I don't put it down properly. So I have to make sure it doesn't get caught. It's bead time. Come on. There it is. And yeah, this is going to be the last round for me having to worry about beads. So after this, I will cap my bead hook and put it to the side. Which I have to say with this, I am very glad it's just beads in the beginning and then you're done. In regards to that, for the rest of the sock, makes life a lot easier. Sorry, mildly focusing. Make sure I don't pull on this a little bit too tightly when I do the smock. Wait. Why does this look... Oh, okay. Like, why does this look... That's what I thought. That's better. Any sort of tests coming up anytime soon, or are just like general studying? So I have not crocheted any more of those coasters yet since the last one I put on Instagram the other day. Okay. Conversation. On what, may I ask? And, oops, yeah, that speed. I was like, wait, what am I doing? Beat should be going there. Nothing. Yay! Extra videos and. Okay, so not heavy, but still definitely enough to keep you occupied. Gotcha. There we go. Do. Yeah, I remember you saying that. I'm very much a do it in person sort of thing, so it's just. The aspect of being online is kind of not easy to me in regards to learning. Because I like having, someone in person, explaining the things. It seems to click with my brain more, but obviously, that's not available right now for very, very good reasons. Also, let's cap this now that we're done using it. British and North America. Oh boy. That is certainly a conversation piece. Cause yeah, 7 years war. And then, the whole thing this goddamn country is built on. And of course, I know they still, had Canada after, Revolution. So yeah, basically all the things. Based on that, I might be able to go. Yeah. Hopefully, you'll be able to get to your goals so you'll be able to do full-time, but it's a lot of added expense to do full-time. So I completely get that. And even if it's just, not terribly expensive school, it's still much money. Come on. There we go. And rent. Yeah. Not just, yeah. Because that's usually in US, that's usually a couple thousand more, 2 to 3 if I'm not. I meant, okay, yeah, I was like, wait, I knew it wasn't 8 hours, but yeah. I completely get it. Room and board is just like another gut punch to the wallet when it comes to doing school, but at the same time, if you have to commute, it makes it very much unhelpful in the being able to have enough time to do all of the required work for your courses within some semblance of a reasonable time, so it's like one or the other, really. And it very much sucks. Because I commuted all of college and it was just like kind of having to get stuff done within like the time frame we had minus commute. Made things very much unhelpful. Wee, next round. Alright. And last speed run that was. Yeah, I remember you saying that. Also, somebody yell at me or something if I wander out of frame. Because I realize I have not been paying as much attention to me being in some semblance of in-frame. I've just been very focused on not screwing up the thing. And I very much get not wanting to intrude. $9,000? Dear God. I vaguely recall it being like 3,000 or so, but I know it depends on the college. And given, you know, how everything's going up right now, that also adds to it, so... Ow. That hurts. A lot. Which stuff like this is why people are kind of have to force to take loans and crap just to get through school. And like even if you're not doing, you know, like residential housing, it's just the prices for everything is just a lot. And there are times where it's not really necessary, because like sometimes there's things you don't really use. You're still stuck, you know, paying the bill for it. And it sucks. Oops. I was like, why is that? Yeah. Whoops. Yeah. Let's try that again. There it is. Being on, yeah. Okay, there we go. That's much better. Oh, sorry, Rose. I haven't looked at time. Yeah, I'll just finish this round. Be hard on. Oh, really? I mean, yay, eco-friendly, but... depending on how far they go in it, it can kind of be a pain in the ass. that makes sense too. But honestly, they can't control everyone not using their vehicle. There are some times you can't get away with that. They have a... Huh. My brain is like, hey, I didn't do that during college, but, you know, it's been 5 years since I've been in college. As my mother likes to tell me. Almost 5 years. As of this June, it's gonna be 5 years, but yeah. So definitely, certainly some colleges are implementing stuff like that. Potentially benefit the community more. Alright, so a lot less styrofoam. And things of that ilk. It's also got a nice... come on. Yeah. I literally almost worked 2 stitches at once, and that would have been very much a pain. Like, why am I missing a stitch? I don't know. Maybe because you knit 2 of them together. Twitsig, hi! I'm sorry there's terrible timing. I'm about to go take a break again. But hello, how are you doing? I'm not bad. I am working on my second sock for Sock Madness. I actually finished first sock yesterday afternoon, like early afternoon, like say 2 or 3. And I was like, I could start second sock, and I was like, nah. Because I'm trying to be chill about Sock Madness. Normally I would immediately do the other sock to save time, because, you know, spots go quickly. There's like 17 last time I checked out of 40 spots. So, already taken, so. Definitely is time, and I'm pretty sure I should be able to finish this second sock by Friday, given how the first sock goes. Thank you. I do like this blue. I wasn't sure about it at first, but I do very much enjoy this color. We just finished the bit with the beads here, so I no longer need to bead, and I probably should put back the couple of beads I have left here at some point. So pretty much it's gonna be me focusing on chart. I have like 2 more rounds of... What's it face? The smock, and then it's basically focus on the section for the little leaves. Although that's not too intense. Because then make sure I don't drop any yarn overs like I nearly did on the first sock. But yeah, we are slowly and surely getting there. The sock like doesn't take that long. If you sit there, it usually will take the entire day, which, just to compare the first sock, this is about where we are, so a couple more rounds and then we start getting down to here. So, we're getting there. Alright, I'm gonna go take my second break. I'll be back in about my usual 10 minutes, and then we'll continue working on the sock. I know I'm not finishing the leg today, and that's just fine. As long as we at least get through the smock section. Yay! Yeah. Which size are you doing, by the way? I'm doing medium, so 60 stitches all the way around, so it's not terribly much. Which, the medium is the minimum size you can do. Yeah, that I was playing between doing that or the large size, which, given this is almost like a stockinette, the medium actually fits my foot perfectly, so that's kind of why I stuck with it. I'm very glad, though, that the leg actually fits, because I was honestly worried, given how this cinches in like this, that it might not fit, but it worked out. But at some point I could do this in the large size down the line, maybe, in some, like, tonal. I need it for... Yeah, my feet are flat. That's true. They do fit, but I'm just saying, I personally, for, like, the leg, if I want my leg to be more comfortable, I could, like, do, like, the large size leg and then go down to the medium stitch count for the foot down the line, or like knit another pair of socks that way. I'm just pondering. But yeah, these do fit, thank goodness, because I don't have sock blockers, so when it comes to Sock Madness, I have to knit a pair of socks that fit my feet in order to try them on, given the, you know, you need to have them on a pair of adult feet or something that would, you know, consist similarly to about the size of an adult foot, which I noticed so far for both rounds, they don't require you to measure the length of the foot so far, because normally they typically would have you like do a thing with, you know, tape measure or so to show that it's at least 9 inches long, which is about the length of an adult foot, which, you know, some people that don't fall under that because, you know, tinier feet, I imagine that's kind of a pain, so they have to go longer than what their normal foot is. But yeah, whenever it comes to Sock Madness, it always makes me think, hey, I should probably get some sock blockers so I don't have to have them on their feet. Yeah, I know, that too. That is also an option. But I definitely would like some wooden ones for some sturdiness. Wooden or plastic, whatever the case may have you. Anyhow, I should definitely take my break. I will be back in about my usual 10 minutes, and then we'll continue on with second sock here for the rest of the stream. We'll see how far we get with these. Should hopefully at least get through the smock section, which, yeah, that's only like 2 rounds of that left, so definitely should be able to finish that barring anything. I'll be back. Feel free to play the Plinko or the drop game on the Be Right Back. So let's go back here to where my face exists again. Oh, so I might get briefly called to go open a door. I think I saw my mom driving the driveway. So now the peace and quiet portion of my day is over. Ugh. Anyhow. Doop-a-doop-a-doo. Thank you! I think I did basic round. I mean, tell me I'm not wrong. Thinking out a... yeah. Indeed. How goes? Alright, where are we? Okay, wrap around round. Alright. How goes your Tuesday? Also, how goes socks? Nice! Yay! I honestly would have been farther if I was, like, being intense about it as I normally am about Sock Madness. But I was just like, nah. I will do other things like poke at emotes and stuff. Because I'm redoing the high emote so you can actually see the face a bit better. Because I was looking at Shy Fox's videos a wee bit. Which I still need to work on my line art a bit in the steadiness. It's not as clean as I want it to be. But yeah, I was like, realized the face should probably be the largest part of the emote, which it's not, because I'm trying to convey the floofiness of the sheep, which, you know, that makes the face not really as prominent as I would like it to be, so yeah, gonna fiddle around with that. Which I still need to poke at the line art just a wee bit more. And that also means I need to mess around with the stabilizer. Because I cannot do line art with my hands without a stabilizer, because my hands are just definitely a little bit too unsteady for that. Cuts out, yeah. Twisted, yeah. I actually don't mind twisted stitches, but I know at least a couple of you guys do, and I understand why. Like, purling through the back loop is basically my twisted stitch, because I hate it. And it very much is not fun. Also, wow, I just went into autopilot. I was supposed to wrap around twice already, and I just went autopilot. Do the thing. Yeah, fair. And it was, yeah, I was saying that. It's just like I kind of got bored doing the foot. Or else I would have zoomed by. I just have to have something else going on. Like, you know, listening to something. So it doesn't seem as tedious. Alright, so, yeah. I need to think back a bit. Wee bit more. Not terribly much, so. But it means I will take boring foot over foot that I'm screaming about because there is much chart. If you remember how to count. Yeah, if you're too engrossed with the TV thing, counting to 5 might be a problem. But in most cases, it's not. Alright, and that would be that last stitch. Yep, alright. And this is why I pay attention to things. Although, I'm saying this now, but, like, watch, you know, if I get to, you know, a couple rounds ahead and it's just, like, chart forever, I'll be like, why was I so bad about these first socks? These socks were fine. Like, I can see myself now saying exactly that. I bet you. Yeah, I did that after I got through the foot and just did it pretty much at once because I didn't feel like doing it throughout the sock. I was just like, I'll get to that later. I'm not in the mood for that nonsense. Which that's honestly just the most annoying part of having to do these socks. Fair. Do. Come on. And that definitely makes sense, so you have an idea of where you are. I think because I used the knitting companion to count my rows, it's just like, this is not as pressing a thing as it normally would be. Which I think that expires at the end of this month, because I got like, what is it, $10 thing from last year. Yeah, subscription to them so I can have all the fancy stuff. Alright, and then, yeah, rest of this part. Also, throughout all this, I'm just like, I realize I kind of need to do some semblance of planning, because, month after next month, like May 24th, is my 5th year stream anniversary, which, how is that happening already? So I kind of need to think of some sort of things to do for that, so, yeah. I usually remember that from time to time, and then it's just like, oh yeah, I'll get to that once I do this thing, and then it just gets shuffled to the background. And then I forget again for like a couple of weeks. Come on. Do. Other side. Great if you would stay outside the sock. Because I just have this out here so I know which side's the front. Oh no. Yeah, that would usually do it. Is it like a woolen sheep sort of festival thing? Like, what is it? Maryland has in May? All the way. Aww. Oh, jeez. That is a lot of sheep. Tiny newborn sheep. I have never gotten to be around a lamb. I would probably just fawn over it till it gets sick of me and leaves. They look so cute. Come on. There it is. Yeah. Little bit of slack and then achieve the shawl event. Nice. And how we prep vibrancy. Oh, wow. So basically you're going through the entire process, pretty much. Which, yeah, I will probably never be one of those people who goes through the entire process of, you know, sheep to actual wool. Like, spinning is probably where I draw the line. Maybe some dyeing in the future, but besides that, the actual prep work of, like, cleaning it out and all that is just, like, nope. I'm too lazy for that, sorry. But I still find the process actually pretty cool. But yeah, it's much work. Do. Also, from when I had to spin that bit of bat that had, the locks of, what is it? But I think it was Lester in there. The sparkly yarn, if anybody remembers. I honestly do think I prefer the process stuff because it's a little, let's see, what's intensive because you have to draft a lot more with the less prep stuff. We're gonna brainstorm about what colors we'll do this year. Ooh, that's gonna be fun. Also, no, get back on the needle. We will not be doing that right now. I will not be losing stitches, please and thank you. Alright. Yep. What kind of colors do you have in mind? We didn't dye anything. Just show. Ooh. That's always lovely to try the natural colors, which I haven't really done before. And I certainly am not opposed to the idea of it, because some sheep have some lovely natural colors, like some shades of brown and gray and off-whites that are like really, really pretty. So I can definitely see the advantages to either way being used. Nope. How about we actually get the stitch on there? That'd be great. Where? So I was prepping it. Ah, okay. That makes sense. It was probably best to have, like, a lot of certain colors, so that completely makes sense. Sock Wizard! Hello, hello. How are you and how is sock progress going? Yeah, that's always the way. Also, I might have to briefly pause to get some stuff inside after like another round or so. It sounds like I need to get stuff hauled in. Nice. Yeah, I pretty much did the cuff this morning while I was sitting and staring at YouTube while I still have premium because I got a free month of that, which I made sure to cancel because they were not getting my money. And I do love the way your socks. Yay! I will stare at the shawl in all its lovely glory whenever you get a chance to post about it. Other than dropping everything in it, so I feel like I'm not fair. I mean, real life stuff is more important, so the sock will be there. But yeah, I'm also trying to keep things a bit more chill this year. And, you know, like, not dropping everything to just do a sock. So I definitely feel you in that aspect. But yeah, I'm finishing first sock. I don't want mail. I mean, honestly, it's not, regardless. And these socks are honestly pretty simple as Sock Madness socks go. So I feel like you'll probably get through the second one, especially now that you know what you're dealing with in no time. Never mind hauling stuff inside. Apparently, people are impatient and handing off duties to other peoples. Oh well. Not my problem. Ah, yeah, that would do it. I kind of got bored with the foot because it's so repetitive that I was just like, eh. I put it down and came back to it. Ah, okay. Which size are you doing? Also the medium? I've done the entire socks on ones, and for me that works out well. Because of my foot size. Oh, okay, you're doing that. Okay. I mean, given the foot is like pretty much just stockinette almost. With like some barely existent ribbing with this bit going on. That makes sense that it would be a bit large. Ta-da! Alright, last smock area. Side the legs. Ah! Nice! I do not have 1.5s. Again, with like the smaller size needles, I don't tend to keep the half sizes. They're not too drastically different, but, you know. Eh. It usually works out for me. Although, arguably, with the Angel Crystal socks, I honestly could have just done them in ones if I had realized that the... what's its face? The Helix knit was so stretchy. I would have probably just gone down to my US ones and call it a day. That would have probably fit much better. Alright, 3. Yeah. Do this thing. Which, don't get me wrong, I love the colors on those socks a lot. Just honestly a little bit roomy. Ah, huh. I hadn't realized that. That is certainly interesting to know. I honestly am pondering maybe when I'm done this round, I might like go back and reknit the foots on the angle crystals in my size 1 needles and see how that goes. No worries. Thank you for stopping by. I do hope your back improves. I will see you around. Hopefully have a good rest of your Tuesday. Yep, come on. There it is. Can't believe we're already that close to 4 already. That happened quickly. Also, I'm curious, how much time have I worked on these socks? Let's see, go to the edit and then... 12 hours and 45 minutes total that I've had this thing open. Okay. Interesting. That felt like longer than that, but given I didn't have this open when I was doing the foot, because the foot is just do the thing, I'd probably add like another 4 hours on there, so maybe 16 hours for one of these socks. Just about. 16 hours isn't terrible. Because again, I have not been pushing myself as much. So definitely pushes it over to a bit longer than what it normally would take. Alright. Let me wrap this around and go see what my mother wants from me. Because I heard my name being called. Do. Come on. Alright. There we go. Alright, that puts that there. The rest of that is the usual do the things. And it's like 3 rounds of that, so I'll be back in like probably a couple minutes. Alright, that's enough of that for you now. Let's see. Where are we? Alright, so I guess I'll do like in 10-15 minutes overtime. Given I keep having to get up and do things. But yeah, the next couple of rounds is gonna be just the usual. Do the usual thing, and then it's gonna be start of mild lace work for the leaves going on, so probably not gonna get anywhere too fancy by the end of today. But you'll definitely be seeing some progress. Do. Oh. Yeah, I keep pulling a little bit too hard. Flip that back over. And we are set. So anyone popping in who's not familiar, I am currently doing the round 1 socks for Sock Madness, which, again, if Sock Madness is unknown to you, it is a yearly sock knitting. Wow. Yearly sock knitting competition. Hosted on Ravelry, where basically me and everyone else who decides that speed knitting socks is a good idea, do various rounds in which we have a certain time period or until the slots available on our respective teams are full, whichever comes first. And basically have fun, learn new things, possibly win prizes, so on and so forth. But typically I do it for the fun and also having, you know, more socks to add to my current hand-knit sock collection. Given that I only wear them at this point, so usually a good way to potentially add more socks to your hand-knit pile. Which is never a bad thing, unless you don't have the space. And for anybody who wants to check out the group, you can do !SM, which it is too late to enter the competition because that happens in February, but typically you have to be a part of the group in order to join in there. Well, have the opportunity to sign up, rather, is the better way to put that. So at least you'll be ahead of the curve for next year. Do. Alright, and mark off the round. I've been not doing that as consistently as I should. That's a great way to get myself confused, which I don't need. Do. Unrelated to the sock knitting, Animal Crossing, I'm just like, why is the turnip gods forsaking me? Because turnip prices have been low. Just so far, although today's Tuesday, so it probably might change. But it's like, turnip prices have been on the selling point like 70 something at my island. I'm just like, what are you doing? Which, given I've finished the house the other day, so I have all the rooms, and no, I don't have to worry about paying off the thing, because I always save for how much the room is before I buy that extension, so I can literally just yeet the money at Tom Nook same time. Which I feel like is much easier for me. Which I didn't realize a perk from, you know, getting the entire house was you can get yourself your own automatic bell dispenser in your house, so you have access to your own thing. Which it doesn't have to be in the house. I imagine you can get them and put them anywhere on the island. But of course I put it in my house, although I think I might put it outside my house soon. Because it doesn't fit with how the rest of the house looks like. But yeah, I'm just so glad to have all the rooms finally. But man, did it hurt to give that over 2 million bells at one time that I had so saved by selling all the fruits off my fruit trees and all of that. Alright, now we're at row 15. Round. I keep saying row when I mean round, and it drives me nuts because I know the difference. Just my brain is determined to say row no matter what I do. I'm slowly trying to get the island to look somewhat decent, because I'm finally up to the part where it's like, hey, we kind of want to improve the island, so making Kate, whatever his face, to show up there, which not exactly enthused about. The music, I'll be real honest. The music and the talking sound effect, I tend to keep the game muted because it drives me nuts. I don't know what about it, but I guess it's kind of like equivalent to the almost the want sound like Charlie Brown. Although I don't recall not liking that in any way. But just the Animal Crossing version just drives me absolutely nuts. But I think it's because of the fact that it's like, there are words there, and when you have, like, you know, words put on there for, like, subtitles, I feel like the actual words should be said and not generalized sound to accompany it. I don't know. It's probably just a me thing. Meh. But yeah, anyhow, making the island look pretty and dealing with the craziness that is the fact that I kind of let the flowers run loose on top of the mountain, so I kind of need to trash some of them, which I've been doing so far. Which I didn't realize the garbage can could do that till I got one the other day, and then I was just like, huh. Because honestly, they are kind of poor in the instructing about things. If I don't know something, I usually have to consult Google. Like, I didn't even know I could run until I accidentally pressed the button for it, and I was just like, wait, we can run in this game? Okay. Although I usually have no real reason to run 9 times out of 10. So it's fine. This is not like Stardew, where I basically have it on automatic run because the walk is like a gentle stroll, like you don't have anywhere to be in your day. I mean, there are worse things, but meh. Speaking of, I have not played Stardew in a bit. I'm just like going between Hades, which Hades on the Switch, I still need to beat Hades himself, which is hard. Because part 2 of his plan is basically just lasers, which is very annoying. But I am catching the fish, though, because there is a fishing mechanism. Which, I swear, it's like I can't escape. Almost every game I play, there's like some sort of fishing mechanism. The only game where I know that's not a thing is the Naruto game. And that's about it. Alright, and last regular round, then it's sock thing, which I'm actually not going to get to the start of the Lace, apparently. Okay. 'Cause it's almost 15 minutes into overtime, which I said was about the limit I was gonna go to, so probably gonna go need to find someone we can go and potentially raid and then call it a stream, pretty much. Oops. Why am I like this? Also, do I have... No, I'll need to fix that. Just know some minor typo in the thing, so I'll probably poke at that afterwards. Do. Come on. Nope. If I do happen to have some time once I finish the leg, which I arguably should be able to do today at this rate, probably gonna do a coaster or two. It won't take me long. Do. Almost there. Also, anybody potentially wondering how to support stream, there are the usual ways of doing potentially tips or bits, which is why you have those bars on top of the screen, and potentially subs. Again, none of this stuff is required. If you happen to choose to do so, I very much appreciate it. But beyond that, there's also, Ko-fi, where you can potentially do tips and or subscribe to a monthly subscription, which I need to add the other tier I wanted to add on to there. I just need to fiddle around with that a little bit whenever I get, time. But yeah, beyond all the financial contribution stuff, just hanging out here, even if, you're lurking and doing other things, it's very much helpful and I very much appreciate it. So very much thank you. You're almost there for this round. There we are. Alright, so we have ourselves this area of the leg all done. So that leaves us to start at row 17. What kind of projects do you have? Might just... that's always a nice option. Also, anybody curious about where this leaves me on the leg? This is a nice little comparison. Alright, so let's see. Row 17, and it's like 36 plus whatever repeats of the plane round I needed to do. Like 7 of them. So I'd say about no. A little over a third of the way through this. Slightly more than that, but here and there. But yes, either way, we have made progress. Also, I found that bead I dropped on the floor. I literally just happened to step on it, so I don't have to go find that, so that works. Alright, let's see. I can go possibly do the raids. Blah, blah. Yes, I know my crops need to be collected. I will get to you later, Suki. Do. Alright, any crafties? Oh, Bookmarksicle's on. Okay. She really pops in here from time to time, so I definitely wouldn't mind reading them if they're still gonna be there, which I hope. That or Squibble. I don't get to raid Squibble too often. Ah, Nad. Why? Yeah, I'll just open it up here since I'm just gonna get tormented by ads. Alright. Bookmarksicle. But yeah, I've not had the opportunity to hang out in Bookmarksicle's stream because, like, at least a couple of people I follow around Twitch tend to be around, like, the same sort of stream times from time to time. And or I'm usually in a time where I can't watch the streams. But I see her doing a... Oh, she's on for like 3.5 hours, so nearly about the same stream time as I am, so... I guess we can go in for at least a little bit. But yeah, I'm mildly mumbling myself at this point. Did I switch to the face cam? I don't think so. No, I have not. Ta-da! I have a face again. But yeah, thank you guys for the hosts. I need to go poke Razu about the thing because I can't edit it for some reason. Keller, thank you for the resub. Also, Rogue for the raid. I know you've long run off. But I very much appreciate you guys. You're welcome! I figured you were lurking and doing the things. Which is why, unless you poke your head up, I try not to mention that you were there, because I try to avoid calling the peoples out. But yeah, I think we're gonna go raid Bookmarksicle. Because I have not had an opportunity to raid them before, which for anybody unfamiliar, raid is where a streamer decides to take their viewers post-stream. In which you can use one of these 2 raid calls. I have one for subs and one for non-subs. So I'm gonna let the end of stream thing run for a wee bit. And then you can copy those and then paste those in their chat once we get over there. Just to say that, hey, we're here and are showing some love and appreciation. But yeah, I'm gonna let this run for a little bit, and I will see you guys again on Thursday. Bye!